Welcome to the Man Utd stream. Hope you did well. It's Thursday morning and we've got lots of Manchester news for you. Yes, we've got still transfer news. Still transfer news is coming through on Man Utd. It's not yet done. We're still hearing Onana could be leaving Man Utd in the next week or two. Yes, he could be sent out on loan, which is fantastic news for lots of people, lots of fans who do not like the sight of Onana. And we're going to also be discussing Bruno Fernandes and the possibility of losing Bruno Fernandes. Will Man Utd end up selling Bruno Fernandes this summer? We're going to be discussing that and lots more in today's show, so make sure you stick around, make sure you hit the like button on this video, and if you're not already a subscriber to the Man Utd stream channel, or it's the first time you've come across our channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all the latest Manchester United news and more from one single daily dose. Okay, so let's kick off today's show with reports and rumours about Bruno Fernandes possibly being sold by Man Utd. We have heard rumours and reports early on in the transfer window, and there was still some lingerings on in the last couple of weeks that there was a huge offer, over 100 million for Bruno Fernandes from a Saudi club. But we said it in yesterday's show. It looks like the Saudis have taken the foot off the gas when it comes to signing these huge players and giving them huge contracts and huge salaries. They've seemed to have suddenly stopped doing that. I don't know why. Maybe they've been advised by different people, football advisors, that they shouldn't be making huge salary offers and attracting these mercenaries to come to play for the league, because it's all going to fall apart. We've seen it. There has to be a generic, natural progression and growth of a league. You can't buy in success. You can't buy in a league all of a sudden. Look, the Premier League and the Bundesliga and the La Liga have been around for years and years, and they've slowly been built up to this stage of now being the biggest in the world. And the likes of Saudi are not suddenly going to come in and take over. They can't do that. Even though they've managed to attract the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, there are lots of other young players who refuse to leave and go and play for the Saudi League or in the Saudi League because they feel that Europe is the epicenter of world football. And of course it is. And of course they are right. They want to play for clubs that are historically been the giants of football, and then play in the Champions League, a competition that every player, young player, dreams of playing in and winning. So of course there's heritage behind European football, hence why I can't see leagues like the Saudi League all of a sudden coming in and taking over. Okay, so coming back to Bruno Fernandes, we went off a complete tangent there, apologies for that. But coming back to Bruno Fernandes and the possibility of moving to a Saudi club. Now, we've had several rumours saying that there's lots of clubs in the Saudi League that are interested in signing Bruno Fernandes and taking him to the Saudi League. Now, I think Bruno Fernandes, despite being offered huge amounts of money, wants to stay in Europe. Bruno Fernandes could quite easily walk into many other top clubs in Europe and play for them. So his attraction to Saudi, probably not as great as many other players who are reaching the end of their career. He could go and play anywhere he wants to, and he could realistically, okay, look, money, yes, the money would be huge, life-changing, in fact, for Bruno Fernandes if he went to Saudi. But again, it's not all about money. He could get that money later on in his career. Right now, he's probably thinking, I want to win the accolades. I want to go and win trophies. I want to play for the big clubs. And if he wanted to move from United, I think the only clubs that he'd probably move to is somewhere like Real Madrid or Barcelona or maybe Bayern Munich. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, out aloud, I'm not saying that he wants to move to them clubs, but I think if they came knocking and United wanted him out, I think he'd go to one of those clubs. Now, there are lots of fans probably screaming and shouting at the TV right now saying, what are you talking about? Why the hell would Man United even sell Bruno Fernandes? Why do Man United even want to get rid of Bruno Fernandes? And it's quite simple. Number one, financially. Man United, it's no secret, are financially crippled right now. They're in a huge amount of debt. They need to sell players to then go out and buy players, and they need to actually sort the finances out, the PSR and everything. We have been talking about this all through the summer, or even before the summer transfer window opened, that United have to balance the books, and selling someone like Bruno Fernandes would definitely balance the books. They bought him for much less than 100 million. If they sell him for 100 million plus, look, no club out there can refuse that kind of money. But when it comes to it, that kind of money, once it's dropped, it makes a huge difference to a club. They can go and do lots of other things with that money, and United definitely can do lots with that money if they get 100 million plus for Bruno Fernandes. And the other thing is that there's people still not sure about Bruno Fernandes playing in that central midfield role. They're saying that he can't really play in the Ruben Amorim formation. Ruben Amorim, of course, is playing him there, but Ruben Amorim doesn't want to play him anywhere else in the field, but can't really play him in the centre mid position either. So he is basically surplus to requirements in this United formation, in the way that United are set up under Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes is a cam. He's not a centre mid. Bruno Fernandes playing in the centre mid role, we know hasn't got the discipline to sit there and defend. He goes wandering, whether it's at the back of the pitch or the front of the pitch, randomly everywhere. He does not like playing in one position. That's why he's best suited to a cam role, but there is no cam role in this Ruben Amorim setup. That's why I think even Ruben Amorim at the back of his head is thinking, really, Bruno Fernandes is a fantastic player, top player, an assist machine, but he doesn't really fit my formation. And I genuinely can see behind closed doors Ruben Amorim scratching his head thinking, how do I do this? How do I get rid of the club captain? How do I say I don't need Bruno Fernandes, one of the best players currently in the world, and I'm saying I don't need him in my formation? He doesn't work. He doesn't work in the current setup. Let us know in the comments below what you think about this. I mean, look, I'm a huge Bruno Fernandes fan. You must be out there as well. What do you think about this rumour about Bruno Fernandes possibly being sold, possibly not? If an offer did come in the last minute from a Saudi club, would you take the cash and get rid of him? That's what the big question is. I mean, I'm 50-50 right now. I think anything over 120 mil for Bruno Fernandes, I would take the cash. I'd sell him. I think Bruno Fernandes is a fantastic player. I think he's absolutely brilliant, but the money will make a huge difference, number one. And number two, for me, if he's not playing in the right position, and he's not ever going to play in the right position, what is the point of having him there? Then you might as well get rid of him, get someone else in who actually plays in that centre mid role and has the discipline of defending and holding the line in the middle of the pitch. Let us know in the comments below what you think. It's interesting. It's an interesting discussion, but I'm sure this will carry on until the transfer window doesn't close in the Saudi League. Now, another player that could actually end up leaving Man United is, of course, Onana, the goalkeeper who's had a nightmare at United. I mean, since he signed, he's not even looked half of the goalkeeper that he was at Inter Milan. I really genuinely don't even believe that he was that good at Inter Milan now. I mean, we saw the highlights reel before he signed, and it was like, Onana is going to be sick. He's such a top goalkeeper. He can play out from the back, and he's really good at shot stopping. He's absolutely rubbish. He's absolutely rubbish at shot stopping. I think he's even nervous at playing out from the back. He makes me nervous. He's just not a goalkeeper that fits in for this United team. United have always had top goalkeepers, composed goalkeepers, leaders at the back, and he's certainly not a leader. And look, I'm happy that he is now finally coming to the stage where he's going to leave United. We're hoping, fingers crossed, that United get him loaned out before the transfer window closes in the Turkish league. That's what we're hearing his destination is. His likely destination is a loan move out to the Turkish league. And I think it's going to happen. I think in a couple of weeks we will hear that Onana has left on a loan move. And then hopefully it might become a permanent deal. But Onana cannot sit on the bench for United. He will not allow that for himself, and I'm sure even United will feel uncomfortable having Onana there, having Onana on the bench when you've got Lemons and Altay Bendia ahead of him. There'll be no way possible for Onana to actually get any game time with those two ahead of him. No way. I mean, how many goalies do you need in a squad? I mean, 3's the maximum. We've got 4 right now, and no way are Man United going to be paying out for 4 goalkeepers throughout the whole season when we're only involved in one competition, the Premier League. So it makes absolute sense for United to get rid of the goalkeeper, the highest paid goalkeeper that they're not even going to be using this season, and that is Andre Onana. So I think they'll be working aggressively behind the scenes, United, trying to get some kind of deal over the line. And it's pretty clear that Onana has been told behind closed doors and his agent that, look, he's not going to be number one goalkeeper choice. All 3 Premier League games this season have been started by Altay Bendia, the second choice goalkeeper. I mean, as the number one goalkeeper, you'd be panicking there, you'd be looking for another club. But all eyes will be on United this season and how well they can do with the current squad. United must do well. They have to do well. It is crunch time. It is time for Ruben Amorim to prove that he's a top manager and he needs to get the best out of his squad. The players that we've got should be doing well, should be winning games, and the fact that we're only playing in the Premier League should mean that United players should be fit and healthy, no one should be injured, and everyone should be raring to go once a week. That is it for today's show, guys. Make sure you hit the like button on this video, make sure you subscribe. You're watching the Man United Stream channel by the fans for the fans.